Hello, and welcome to another episode of Now About That with James and Sarah. I'm James,
I'm Sarah.
and on this week's episode, we're going crazy. We're going rogue. We don't have a topic to talk about this week.
We're just making it up as we go.
We were messaging earlier, and I was like, "Do you have a topic you want to talk about specifically?" And she goes, "Not really. Like, neither do I, except for crack cocaine, maybe."
Okay, well, there we go. Here we are. Crack cocaine. Got it.
You know what they say? Crack kills.
True. True. Or in the words of the beloved late Whitney Houston, crack is whack.
True. That's what took her out too.
Mm. Well,
Um,
I have something kind of like cute and fuzzy to mention. I do.
I don't.
He's giving me a face.
I don't know that I like cute and fuzzy, but okay. Unless it's a dog. Are you getting a dog? Sarah.
I'm not getting a dog. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Though there was this puppy that I saw on the internet and desperately wanted, but I have no place for a puppy and I can't even take care of myself right now. So
true statement.
let
Right,
me not.
right now?
Rude. I'm hoping I'm gonna figure it out here in the next year or two. Anyway, no, tomorrow, which will be Saturday, the 12th, Nick and I have known each other for a whole year.
That's what's warm and fuzzy.
That's
Oh,
warm and fuzzy.
God. We're gonna end the podcast on that because that's just stupid.
No, it's not. This is the longest. It's the longest relationship I've been in since I left my husband back in 2016.
But I didn't think you guys were dating though.
We're together, but not in an official thing.
Okay.
But I mean, we might as well be because anyway. But like, we're both really excited about it.
Okay. Are you doing any?
Ladies and gentlemen?
Are you guys doing anything fun for it, or is this just you're announcing it on the podcast because you're insane?
I mean, I'm also insane.
Well,
No, we're getting a hotel and we're gonna order pizza and
make a baby.
enjoy ourselves.
Practice making a baby.
We're gonna practice making babies. Yes, clearly.
I have something fun. Next week on Sunday, the 20th, Ryan and I are going to go to it's like a outdoor, I don't even know if it's outdoors actually, now that I said that. It is an event where there are a bunch of like tradespeople that create things, and it's called the Good Trade Makers Market in Providence, Rhode Island.
Nice.
The tickets were like $7, and you basically walk through, and then you can get like with that $7 you can get a drink or ice cream for free, and then you just walk around and look at stuff from vendors, and if you want to buy something you can, if you don't, you don't.
Nice. Love that.
I saw it and it sounded fun. It came up on my Instagram, which is weird.
I get some really interesting stuff off of Instagram as well. Nick and one of my school friends and I, we went to this really cool show called Seven Pillars, and it's like a combination of percussions and lights. So different drums, different xylophones, wind chimes, things like that. It was pretty cool, actually. There was a lot of really cool stuff, and because I'm a student, I was able to get the tickets for like $10 where they're normally like $50.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So
How's school going, by the way?
I'm a little bit behind, but I still have good grades. I'm just struggling with this Korean class because my spelling in Korean is apparently atrocious, which really upsets me because I worked really hard to have good spelling and punctuation in English, and I cannot seem to do the same thing in Korean.
Is
But
it
I
because it's just
understand like what I'm reading.
yeah? Is it in Korean because it's so different, or why? Like why?
So I have dyslexia, and I just haven't had a long enough time to memorize the positions like I have with English.
Okay. I mean,
So
I guess it just takes practice. It just sucks that you're grade is impacted.
Yeah. I mean, I still have a B, so it's not the end of the world, but
Yeah.
I'm just upset that I don't have 4.0.
I'm upset that I have a 95 in my instructional design technology class. Very frustrating.
Yeah.
And it's my fault completely because I read the assignment. I think we talked about it last week. I read the assignment wrong, and I thought it only asked for 2 learning theories, but it asked for us to describe 3. So she took like 15 points off. And it was like a 80% grade on the assignment. That was like the most points. This assignment and then the last one are worth the most points of the entire course.
Oof.
Sad. So I went from a 99.2 to a 95, which is still an A, but
right. But I get it. It's frustrating when you do something wrong inadvertently and have to deal with the consequences on it.
Yeah. So sad news. I might have to get a new phone.
Oh no.
For some reason, I don't know what's going on with mine. And this is totally first world problems. Whenever I plug it in my car, it will charge, but for some reason it won't turn on the Apple CarPlay. And then sometimes, like, I have to finagle the wire, and I thought it was the wire. I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll just buy a new cord. No, it's not the cord because I just got the brand new one, and as soon as I plugged it in and tried it, it still didn't work.
Oof.
So it's my phone, apparently, which is kind of annoying. I mean, I have had it for 2 years now, so that kind of makes sense. It sucks that a $1,200 phone only lasts for 2 years.
Right.
But it does make sense that would be what the issue is.
Yeah, my phone is also having issues here recently. It's
because your phone is garbage
No.
and costs like 50 cents from a gumball machine.
No, it did not cost 50 cents from a gumball machine. You should know you paid for it.
I know.
No, but the problem is that now, and it's only been here in the last couple of weeks, since like this last major update, actually, I can no longer like talk to people on the phone without having it on speaker. So like if I don't have it on speaker, nobody can hear me.
Sounds like wait. If you don't have it on speaker, they can't hear you. Can you hear them?
Yeah.
Oh.
I can hear them no matter what, but they can't hear me if it's not on speaker.
Yeah. It sounds like there is something wrong with your main microphone, because when it's on speakerphone, there's probably a microphone on the back that it uses instead of the one that's in the main section.
Yeah, I don't know.
That would be my assumption.
I mean, that sounds reasonable to me, but oh my God. So there's been some drama at work.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, I remember you telling me that one of the new managers that just started walked out.
Yes. She okay, so she just started at like the end of September. Okay, hasn't been there very long. I guess she got upset with something that the regional manager said to her. Said that the regional manager was being like really disrespectful and really hateful and like blah 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 blah, treating her like a child, all this other stuff. And then she walked out. And she didn't even tell the assistant manager that she wasn't coming back. She told one of the other people working that she wasn't coming back.
Yikes.
And so that other person had to tell the assistant manager, hey, she's not coming back. Apparently, right after I left work on Tuesday, because she had left some stuff behind in the office, she came back and started, got all of her stuff that she left behind, I guess, and basically just cursed and was really loud and belligerent about the company the entire time. So she's apparently no longer allowed on company property.
Yikes. Did anything else happen with your other manager?
Oh, no. We're being civil. He's 20. So for the listening viewers, the other day I got into a small disagreement with my assistant manager. It's not really small, but I'm trying to talk it down a little, where he basically insinuated that I'm not actually sick with long COVID. I'm just making it up because I'm the only person that he's met who has long COVID, and everything that he read on the internet said it only lasts for 3 months. and I'm going on a year next month of having COVID, essentially. But yeah, basically said long COVID doesn't exist, and I don't know what I'm talking about. And I'm just like,
Yeah, I mean, I said you should have fallen on the floor, seized, and then got back up and said, "Oh my God, you've cured me."
except that I'm not cured, and in fact, I'm having issues.
I mean, you have a cold. I also have a cold.
No, it's
Wow.
not just the cold though. I before the cold kicked in, my blood pressure was really, really high, and I hadn't even taken my medicine to make it do that in the first place. So I had to.
I have a cold and it's driving me nuts. I stayed home all week this week, except for yesterday and today, because I had to go in. But I've been coughing like crazy, and I have a stuffy nose and congestion, which is always fun.
Yep, same.
But today I went in and I had a training that I was leading, which was really fun. Well, I don't know that I would. I think it's interesting. It was about emotional intelligence.
Mm,
And the presentation is called Mastering Emotional Intelligence. And it was all about working through and developing your emotional intelligence to understand when your emotion, how to regulate your emotions in specific situations,
nice.
and how to recognize how other people are feeling and adjust your reaction to how they're feeling.
Right.
It was really nice, and everybody enjoyed it. I made them feel super uncomfortable. I had them, we did an activity where they got up and walked around, and there were three, oh my gosh, what is it called? Three different like times when we did it. I can't even think of the word. But the first time, what they did was walk around and avoid eye contact with everyone. So it was like, don't make eye contact with anyone. And then the second time, it was whenever you walk around, if you make eye contact with someone, you have to break it immediately and then keep walking. And then the last round was make eye contact. The very first person you make eye contact with, break off into your own little pair and maintain eye contact for the full minute. And you're not allowed to make eye contact with anyone else or talk. It was very awkward. And like after each round, they had to write down how they felt, how avoiding eye contact or making eye contact made them feel.
Wow.
It was fun.
Sounds fun.
I thought it was fun. I mean, I was a spectator only, so it
Yeah.
was hilarious to me.
You got to just watch from the outside, but
Yeah, they all said that they really enjoyed it, so
that's good.
and there was a couple of them that afterwards went and talked to their supervisor, the production manager, and was like, yeah, this was really fun. Not a distribution manager. Like, yeah, it was a lot of fun. And it was a really great presentation. So
Nice.
they must have liked it.
I mean, I guess so. But I mean, you're pretty awesome, so that makes sense.
I mean, not to toot my own horn, but boop boop.
I feel there was something else I was going to talk to you about, and I'm trying to think of what it was. First of all, like this is just completely unrelated and it's a complete side note, but it made my heart happy today. I don't know why. It's 11/11/22 today, which is 11/11. 11 plus 11 is 22, and it just made me like giggle.
Okay.
I know. I know.
I mean, whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you excited.
I know. You're looking at me like I've lost my goddamn mind, but I already lost it a long time ago.
Did you ever have it?
Probably not. I mean, you've known me how long?
Too long.
Time. Since we were like 14.
Too long. This is the end of our friendship. Ending
20,
podcast now.
Oh my God. 20 years. It's been it's been 2 decades.
No.
Yes.
I don't think so. I think you're wrong.
No, I'm not.
I think you're old.
I mean, yes.
I just turned 20 last year.
You're hilarious.
That's funny. I did have something I wanted to talk about. So on my way home, I was listening to my podcasts, some podcasts that I usually listen to, and one of them is The Sip with Ryland Adams and Elizabeth. Her name is Homokay now, but it used to be Elizabeth Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, they had a person call in and leave them a voice message asking their advice, and I want to ask you what you would do in this situation, because I know what I would, and I was screaming the entire time. Like I was screaming what my response would have been the entire time they were talking about it, because I was so annoyed. So this girl called in, and she said, asking your guys' advice, my friend asked me to be a bridesmaid, and I said yes, but then a few weeks went by, a month went by, I hadn't been invited to any of the dress fittings. And then a couple weeks more went by, and she messaged me and asked me what I thought would be a good gift to give to her bridesmaids. And then she's like, I thought it was weird, so I asked her, who are your bridesmaids? And my name wasn't listed. Should I be upset with my friend for not including, for demoting me? And should I approach her about it, or should I just let it go?
Well, I think you should approach your friends and be like, hey, what happened? Like, was there a miscommunication? Like,
I mean, my thing, and yeah, I think she should definitely approach her. I think, why did it take you so long to
figure
ask?
it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, if we're getting close to the wedding, and they may not have been getting close to the wedding, but if they're doing fittings and you're not invited, or they're going dress shopping and you're not invited, that's kind of a big clue that you're not involved in the wedding anymore.
Yeah. Like,
And
that specifically, I'm over here like,
And I think it depends on how she asked her, if she wanted to be a bridesmaid. Like if she said, for sure you're going to be one of my bridesmaids, or if she was just like, I'm just asking around to see if you would be interested. She
Yeah.
didn't actually say, you're one of my bridesmaids.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
over it. It's not your day.
Right.
Like I think any bride that makes it like that big of a deal that it ruins a friendship or whatever, or anybody that makes it a big deal that you're not included in the bride's day as a bridesmaid, get over yourself.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're their best friend, and even then, like if Kristen didn't ask me to be in her wedding, I mean, I hate weddings, so I'm probably not the best person to talk this through. But if I wasn't asked to be in a wedding and it was my best friend, like Kristen, I'd be like, okay, whatever. I'll just be there and enjoy the wedding. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Get over yourself. Jesus.
Yeah.
I was so annoyed by it. I was just like, why are you making this a bigger deal than it actually is? It's
Like,
not
I
the
can
end of the world.
understand, like, having hurt feelings about it, thinking that that's what you are going to do. But yeah, no, I would want to like talk that through with my friend and before I like start going off the handle.
I could only understand if she had been asked and spent money on like a dress or party favors or something for the wedding, and then found out, oh, I'm not a bridesmaid.
I guess from my perspective, it would hurt my feelings if I thought that I had been asked and I had been like preparing, and like just even mentally preparing for that, thinking that was going to be the way that it was. But I also don't like sudden changes, and I feel uncomfortable when I make mistakes like that.
Yeah.
Where I think I know what's going on and I don't. So I think that's why I would end up being upset potentially. But that's that late stage autism.
I don't know. I feel like it's not that big of a deal. A wedding is a wedding. There'll be plenty more, I'm sure. She'll probably get divorced and then ask you to be in her next one. Get over it. Speaking of divorce, did you know that since gay marriage was legalized, the divorce rate has actually reduced?
I'm not shocked by that.
So the argument that gay marriage is causing what do they say? It's destroying marriage is completely false. Yeah. Shocking, I know.
Weird how that works. But speaking of friendships, over the last couple of days, I discovered that someone that I thought I was really, really close friends with, someone that I considered an older sister, in fact, blocked me on all social media without saying anything.
Say their name. Say their name.
No, I'm not going to be mean like that. It was really upsetting, and I spent a lot of time crying over it yesterday. But like,
I guess I'm a monster because I'd be like, all right, bye. I guess I'm
You don't.
just a monster.
No, you don't attach to people the same way that I do, though.
No, I
You'd
did
be
a
sad if
moment.
I randomly disappeared on you.
I mean,
I mean, I can't disappear on you.
I would probably hunt you down and be like, "Bitch, what did you do?" But
Yeah, I was about to say I can't disappear on you.
and then if there was a justifiable reason, I'd be like, "All right, crazy." I can't tell tell you how your feelings are. If you're feeling that I did something that you don't want to be friends anymore, that's your feelings. It's not my problem.
I mean,
Yeah, it'll be
yeah,
painful, but
that's what I'm talking about is the painful part.
no.
Like, I understand that, something may have happened that she didn't feel comfortable coming to me and talking it through. I get that. I understand. It would have been nice though to I feel have a conversation. It's just it's really painful getting ghosted by somebody that you really really deeply care about and have been friends with for several years now. We've been friends for 3 or 4 years now.
Do I know this person?
No,
Oh, how do I not know this person?
because it's a friend that I made on the internet.
Oh,
Yeah, all my other friends you know,
oh, okay. Well, except for some of the people down
except for some of the people down here in Texas. But
in Tejas. And that's just because I will never go to Texas.
Fine, don't come visit me. I didn't want you to be here anyway.
Move to a better state and I might.
Okay, but Austin's actually pretty cool.
I don't care. It's in a state that is terrible.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. There are also aspects of Austin that aren't great. There's a lot of gentrification here. Like a lot.
Yeah. What does that even mean?
Gentrification?
I think I know what it means. I just am not sure I've ever actually looked at that. The process whereby the character of a poor urban area is changed by wealthier people moving in, improving housing, and attracting new businesses, typically displacing current inhabitants in the process.
Yeah. So what they usually do is they pick poorer neighborhoods of color, push all those people out, and make it so that they can't afford to live there. It's the little brother of colonization.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way that this is written, it doesn't seem like it's a terrible thing, but I've only heard it in a negative context.
That's because it only happens in a negative context.
Like what you're saying.
So, okay, it's never about improving the neighborhood for current residents. It's always about improving the neighborhood to bring in wealthier people to completely remove the people that are already there. So they destroy the businesses that are already there. They destroy the housing, everything else. They make it impossible for the people who already live there to live there and fill it up with usually white urbanites. Wealthy people who can afford to take.
Even in the Oxford Dictionary, it's written as a positive. Like that first one is the initial definition, and then after that it says the process of making someone or something more refined, polite, or respectable.
Yeah, but it's not a friendly process at all. Yeah. It's literally, like I said, it's literally the little brother of colonization.
Yikes.
Yeah.
And that's, again, I think I said it last time. It's my fault. I'm ignorant to these things and I don't know it because I've always lived in my little bubble and I'm a very white person. And it's nothing. It's weird that if it hasn't impacted me, I don't know about it. But I think the good thing about like me and like even you, me and you, I shouldn't say even you, me and you, is even though we haven't maybe had it happen to us, we're always open to hearing about what it is and seeing it from both sides.
Yeah.
I think both sides more so me than you. Like you're more with the skeptical side that it's always something bad, and I'm more, well, maybe it's something good. I don't know.
I think it was originally meant to be good, and if it was more of wealthy people coming in and putting their money into enhancing the area for people that are already there, like contributing to local businesses, helping the neighborhood flourish like as it already is, that would be different. But that's not what happens. What happens is they just make it impossible for the people who already live there to be able to continue to live there. And it's a really big problem in Austin.
I think there's something around here. I think it was actually on the ballot this year. Something about it wasn't worded exactly gentrification, but the way that it was worded, it was basically like they're trying to gentrificate gentrificate. I don't know. They're trying to do it in an area around here, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, there's Bobo.
Aw, Bobo.
I'm not gonna lie. This area is already pretty much like it's really expensive. I don't understand how some people live here. Like I can barely afford it. And then like it's not the safest. It's not dangerous by any means, but it's not the safest area.
Right.
Well, gonna take a quick break and then we will come back and talk a little bit more.
Yeah, sounds good.
Alrighty, we'll be back. And we are back. So I did have something else I wanted to talk about. You remember how I was having an issue with double clicking on my computer?
Yes.
I fixed it.
Ooh.
I was very excited. So I thought I had fixed it before. Well, I thought I had followed the instructions in one of these posts before, but I read it incorrectly, and I thought I was supposed to make the double clicking or the click speed faster. I was supposed to slow it down because so I was like double clicking, and it wouldn't do it. So I had to like click 17 freaking times for it to get it to double click. But I got it fixed, so that was exciting.
I love that for you. It's the little things in this life.
Yeah, I was excited. So I was looking at this list of the 14 most popular podcasts for 2022.
Mm-hmm.
The number one podcast, which I don't think should be allowed to be a podcast anymore, but whatever, is the Joe Rogan Experience.
Yeah.
It does say it's a very controversial podcast, so mostly followed by men. Anyone interested in 3-hour-long conversations, shoot me in the face. This hour-long podcast is cutting it close for me.
Yeah, same.
The Daily is number 2. Number 3 is This American Life, popularly called TAL. It's hosted by radio personality Ira Glass. In 2020, was awarded a Pulitzer Prize for Best Audio Journalism. Interesting.
And then like that.
Yeah. and then number 4 is Stuff You Should Know. Are you curious about the world and how things work in general? Then check out Stuff You Should Know, popularly known to fans as SYSK or Sisic. I think it's probably Sisic. Over 1,400 episodes.
Wow.
Yikes.
Can you imagine?
No. I'm surprised we're at 22.
Right?
Some of their best episodes are episode 454, How Electoral Colleges Work. Not well.
Not well.
Episode 412, How Diamonds Work. And episode 197 is What is Fascism? Interesting. The other one is Pod Save America. Those interested in a more left-leaning political podcast that discusses the week's political news should listen to this podcast. The show was started by 3 Obama staffers after Donald Trump became president, and early episodes focused on the Trump presidency. And they've also had Barack Obama, Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton, Elizabeth Warren, Kamala Harris, and Joe Biden on their podcast.
Dang.
Wish we could be that cool.
Right?
And then number 6 is the Ben Shapiro Show.
Ew.
Yeah, I don't like that. Number 7 is Call Her Daddy. Have you heard of this podcast?
No.
It's a very sex positive podcast, like female sex positive podcast.
Okay.
Oh, it literally even says in the very first sentence, Call Her Daddy is a sex-positive dating and relationship podcast that's popular among women. The content is explicit, raunchy, and features stories, sex advice, girl talk, and millennial culture.
Okay, I'm here for it.
Episode number 1 is called Sext Me So I Know It's Real. Episode 3 was the Gluck Gluck 9000.
I love that.
And then 92 was Miley Cyrus.
Okay, then.
And then number 8 is Office Ladies, and it just says missing the good old days of The Office and want to rekindle the nostalgia, then check out Office Ladies, hosted by Jenna Fisher, Pam Beasley, and Angela Martin. The two offer their commentary on episodes of The Office and respond to fan questions. So they were both in The Office and they talk about The Office.
Nice.
Number 9 is Morbid, a true crime podcast.
Makes sense.
Number 10 is My Favorite Murder.
Which
It says, sorry, go
I
ahead.
I always feel a little like uncomfortable when somebody says that some true crime is like their favorite.
I think that's just what they call their podcast.
I know, but I'm just like, nah. Oh my god. Speaking, let's finish your list real quick because I have a story to tell you about something a customer told me today.
Okay. Number 11 is The Crime Junkie. Number 12 is On Purpose. Number 13, I love this podcast. Why Won't You Date Me with Nicole Byer. She is one of my favorite people in the entire world. I love Nicole Byer. There's nothing that she does that is not funny to me. And then number 14 is Planet Money, which I also follow.
Nice. So today at work, I was telling Nick and Horace this. I was like, I should be used to like people, like strangers, trauma dumping on me when I'm in customer service. That's just usually what happens. It's like you will always have like this one person who will come and they will tell you, okay, he's exiting the studio, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm listening.
He's very slowly lowering his seat that he's on so that I can't see him anymore.
No, I'm raising my desk. I'm going to stand. Go ahead. Keep going. Trauma dump.
Anyway, I've been in customer service for 12 or so years. I am used to strangers telling me things like extremely personal things about their lives that I did not need to know. A customer came in today and tells me that she needs to put a freeze on her account. Okay, no biggie. And without me asking, she proceeds to tell me why she needs the freeze on her account.
I'm not going to lie. I'm super intrigued.
She tells me she needs a freeze on her account because she and her husband are leaving for Mexico after Thanksgiving because her brother-in-law got kidnapped and murdered.
Cool.
And then she just goes into details about this kidnapping and murder that happened of her brother-in-law. And I'm like, what do I say to that? Like, what am I supposed to do other than be like, I am so sorry. That's awful. Like, it really put me in this position of I don't know how to handle this situation right now. Like, you did not have to tell me this whole reason why you needed the freeze.
You should have just looked at her and said, well, I hope you get some sun. Enjoy the nice warm weather. I mean, you're in Texas.
I mean, it's dropping down into the 30s tonight here. But I'm just like, what?
It's funny. It's not funny for you because I know how trauma, that type of thing kind of affects you.
But I'm just like, I don't understand. I don't. So then I was talking to my coworker and explaining the story to her. And she's just like, how do you even deal with that? Like, how are you even able to come in here? Like, what? She's like, how can you tell a complete stranger that information? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, some stuff I can understand. Like some relational stuff, like somebody telling me, you know, oh, they had a major fight with their boyfriend or something like that. Like that, okay, sure. I can handle that. Like I can relate to that. But this was just completely out of the realm of what I could handle.
That's really crazy, but kind of hilarious at the same time.
It's like I don't understand, but okay, all right.
Sorry, I'm also just ordering food.
Oh, that's fair. That's reasonable.
Because I'm hungry and I don't want to cook tonight. So I'm getting Chinese food.
Ooh, Chinese food.
Although, there's not very good Chinese food around here.
Yeah.
It's all meh.
After this, I'm gonna heat up some soup because Nick brought me homemade soup, canned soup, and like a ton of Gatorade and cold medicine.
Sounds like a fun evening.
Oh yes.
I'm going to probably turn the TV on and watch some Charmed. I'm really getting back into watching Charmed again.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of my favorite TV shows from the late 90s, early 2000s. And so I signed up for Peacock because I wanted to watch the new Halloween movie. So I signed up for Peacock because it was only $19 a year for the first year, and then it's like 40 something a year after that.
Oh, that's not bad.
So I went ahead and I signed up for it. and they have the whole season or the whole series of Charmed. It used to be on Netflix, but then they took it down, so I couldn't watch it. But then I found it again on Peacock, so I'm watching it again, and I'm on season 3.
Nice.
But I mean, I started watching it like in early October, whenever the new Halloween went out or came out, and every weekend I would watch like a few episodes.
Nice. I last night, in an attempt to help with my Korean, I started rewatching this Korean drama that's one of my favorites. It's called Korean Odyssey, and it has Lee Seung-gi in it, and I'm obsessed with him. I think he's amazing and wonderful and talented, and I love everything about him. Yeah.
Well, do you want to do some trivia? I pulled up some interesting trivia questions, and then
Sure.
we can wrap up the podcast. Mainly because Bobo was standing beside me staring at me like he needs to go out, even though he just did. All right. Trivia question 1. What is the rarest M&M color?
Brown.
Brown. Yep, brown is correct. In the website browser address bar, what does www stand for?
World Wide Web.
Yeah, I don't know who doesn't know that. That's insane. In what year were the first Air Jordan sneakers released?
Ooh, I have no idea.
I wouldn't know this either. 1984.
Yeah, I would not have guessed that.
Yeah. In a game of bingo, which number is represented by saying 2 little ducks?
Little ducks.
No. Think about the numbers.
You mean the letters?
No, the numbers.
Numbers.
Yeah, which number is represented by the phrase 2 little ducks? It's like B1.
Oh, 8?
No.
Oh.
22.
22.
They look like ducks.
Yeah, that's
two
fair.
Little ducks. According to Greek According to Greek mythology, who was the first woman on Earth? She has a very famous box.
Pandora.
And jewelry. Pandora, yeah. Samuel Tilden, Grover Cleveland, Al Gore, and Hillary Clinton share the distinction among U.S. presidential what distinction among U.S. presidential candidates?
They all won the popular vote.
Yep, won the popular vote, but lost the Electoral College, which needs to be abolished. Just gonna say it.
Yep.
Which African country was formerly known as Abyssinia? Abyssinia? Abyssinia.
Abyssinia.
Sure, Abyssinia.
Morocco.
African country. Morocco's
an African country.
Oh, okay. No, it's not Morocco.
Okay.
Ethiopia. Tennis star Serena Williams won which major tournament while pregnant with her first child?
Oh, something tennis. I don't know anything about tennis. I don't like tennis.
The Australian Open. In which European city would you find Orly Airport? Orly. There's a very
London?
There's a very famous tower.
Ow.
It's also
Italy?
a sex act.
Sex act?
Yeah.
The Leaning Tower of Pisa?
No. Think of another tower that's in Europe.
The Eiffel Tower?
Yes.
Is a sex act?
You've never heard of the Eiffel Tower? You have to look it up after this. Look up Eiffel Tower, sex. Paris.
I'm very afraid right now.
It's Paris. Which singer's real name is Stephanie Joanne Angelina Germanata?
That would be Lady Gaga.
That would be Lady Gaga. The only known monotremous is in the animal kingdom are the chinchilla and which other creature? Monotremes? It's the platypus. I don't really know.
I was like, I don't even know what that means. But okay.
Kingston,
I love platypi.
Kingston, Zuma, and Apollo are the sons of which American female pop star?
Gwen Stefani.
Gwen Stefani. How did you know that?
I read it in an article, and now that is useless trivia that is stuck in my head. Well, I guess not useless because I got to use it here.
Yeah, there you go. Fissures, vents, and plugs are all associated with which geological feature?
Rocks or volcanoes?
Volcanoes. Which author wrote the Winnie the Pooh books?
A.A. Milne. Of course I know that.
Yes.
My library degree coming in clutch.
Which Dutch artist painted Girl with Pearl Earring?
Um, oh my God, I know this. I literally was reading an article about him earlier. Vermeer?
Yes.
No.
Yep.
Whoa.
No, that's
Okay.
right.
There we go.
Where were the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the Bill of Rights stored during World War II?
I have no idea.
It's a very famous fort.
The one where we make all our money? Fort Knox?
It is, yeah, it's Fort Knox. I didn't know we made all our money there. Is that where we make the money?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where we make money.
Let's pay a trip to Fort Knox. Knock off Fort Knox.
Don't say that. We're gonna get put on a list.
Oh, no one listens to us. Who cares? Maybe that'll spike our listenership.
All FBI agents.
Which country consumes the most chocolate per capita?
France?
I
No,
think we've talked about this
Switzerland.
before. Yeah, Switzerland. Which two U.S. states don't observe daylight savings time?
Well, it used to be Indiana, but Indiana now observes daylight savings time. I don't know.
We've talked about this on here before.
Have we?
Yep. Arizona and Hawaii.
Um,
What is the loudest animal on Earth?
Blue whale.
Close.
The whale for sure.
The sperm whale.
Um,
And then what was the first toy to be advertised on television? We've definitely talked about this before.
this one we talked about and was Mr. Potato Head.
Yes.
But going back to sperm, just real quick.
Okay.
Just real quick. I saw a video on TikTok where somebody said,
you can't put that on TikTok.
no, well, somebody was walking this child around, like those kids with like a little backpack with a leash,
Yeah.
and said that they were walking their friend's pet sperm. I was like, oh my God.
That's funny. Speaking of sperm, have you seen the thing where people send their sperm and this woman makes jewelry out of it?
No?
It's gross. It's disgusting. I'm gonna have to find it and send it to you. I can't remember what she calls it though. God, what does she call it? I sent it to Ryan the other day.
Oh my God.
What is it called? It's like, oh, there it is. Hold on. Shut up. Jizz jewelry.
Jizz jewelry.
Yes.
Okay. And like makes it into jewelry.
Yeah. They send her a semen sample. She processes it into a powder and then makes it into like pearl looking items. And she did one on her TikTok where a husband sent her his sperm and she made a full pearl necklace and bracelet out of it.
I was just getting ready to say she's making pearl necklaces.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Disgusting.
Oh my God.
But I mean, hey, she's making money, so make your money, girl. Make your money.
Yep.
What is the tiny piece on the end of a shoelace called?
Not a clue.
An aglet? Aglet? A-G-L-E-T. Aglet. Sarah's yawning. She's bored out of her mind. In the United Kingdom, what is the day after Christmas known as?
Boxing Day.
Yeah, Boxing Day. Which Shakespeare's play is the longest?
King Lear.
No, it's also one that you don't want to play in.
Macbeth.
Oh shoot, no, you're right. It's Macbeth, but that's not what it's Hamlet. I was wrong. I was thinking the wrong one. It's Hamlet. Outside which New York building was John Lennon killed?
I don't remember, but now I have the song I Just Shot John Lennon stuck in my head.
It's also a state. Well, part of it. And a girl's name sometimes.
Virginia?
Ew, no. I didn't even think about that.
Like,
sorry.
Virginia, Georgia. Like,
sorry if there are any Virginias listening. I apologize. No.
You didn't mean to say that out loud.
The Dakota building.
Okay.
How many of Snow White's 7 dwarves have names ending in the letter Y? And they're
6.
not her dwarves. That's a very problematic statement.
I mean, the usage of little people in fairy tales is
very
problematic to begin with. But 6.
The answer is 5. Dopey, grumpy, sneezy, sleepy, and happy. Doc, And then what's the other one's name?
I was just going to say, the only one I could think of was Doc.
What are the names of the 7 dwarves? There's Dopey, Bashful.
Oh, always forgetting Bashful.
Yeah. I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings is the autobiography about the early years of what inspirational African-American writer and poet?
Maya Angelou.
Maya Angelou.
And it's an amazing book. I cried really hard when she died.
What is the tallest breed of dog in the world?
The tallest breed?
Tallest.
Great Dane?
Yes, they're so freaking cute. Yeah, the Great Dane.
They're huge.
Yes. What is the softest mineral in the world?
Softest mineral.
Often used for beauty products.
Do I look like I wear beauty products?
And it can give people clown lung.
Clown lung?
Have you never heard of clown lung?
No.
It's what happens when you use too much talc powder and breathe it in. You get clown lung.
Oh, okay.
Literal. I'm going to skip this one because I don't know what it means. Lateral epicondylitis. Oh, I think I got that right. Lateral epicondylitis is a condition commonly known by what name?
I have no idea.
It's a sport is in the name, and we talked about it earlier.
Tennis elbow?
Yes. Like my clues, some of them work. Last week sucked. This week they work.
Sucked. I did not get any of your clues last week.
Who was the first female prime minister of Great Britain?
Margaret Thatcher.
Wasn't she a monster too?
Yes.
How many ribs are in a human body?
A
she's
lot.
Counting. As she's counting.
Yes, I'm counting my ribs. I can see them clearly.
24. Oh, I'm yawning now.
See?
What is the world's biggest island?
Australia.
The biggest island?
I don't know.
Greenland.
I just always find it amusing that Greenland is not green and Iceland is green.
Greenland is mainly ice and Iceland is mainly green. Man.
Yeah.
Shoot me in the face. Anyways, which country is known as the land of the white elephant?
White elephant.
Mm-hmm.
India?
Close. Thailand.
Nice.
What is the smallest ocean in the world?
Smallest ocean. The Caspian Sea.
That's not an ocean. That's a sea.
Sea. What's the difference between an ocean and a sea?
One's an ocean. One is a sea.
Oh my god.
One is an ocean. One is a sea. I don't.
They're the same thing.
No, they're not.
I love how now you're on a mission.
What is the difference between an ocean and a sea? Seas are found on the margins of the ocean and are partially enclosed by land, whereas you see that here you can see the bearings, blah, blah, blah. Many people use the terms interchangeably when speaking about the ocean. There is a difference between the two terms when speaking geographically. Seas are smaller than oceans and are usually located where the land and ocean meet. Typically, seas are partially enclosed by land. So there is a difference. They're smaller. Anyways, back to the question. The answer is the Arctic.
Okay.
The Arctic Ocean. What color eyes do most humans have?
Brown.
Brown. Yeah. My eyes are not brown.
No, they are not.
Mine are blue and brown. There's brown in there.
Yeah.
And green. And
you have
green.
really nice eyes, but
I think I do too, and I appreciate the compliment.
Anytime.
In which city was Anne Frank's hiding place?
Oh, okay. She was in the Netherlands.
There's a red light district.
Amsterdam?
Yes. And then we'll do 2 more. Sorry, 3 more. What is the largest type of deer? We talked about it last week. It's also a dessert.
Moose?
The moose, yeah. And then which Disney film features the song When You Wish Upon a Star?
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio. And last one is what is the lowest army rank of US soldier?
I don't know.
Private. which is a good one to end on because today is on the 11th that we're filming.
Yep. Is Veterans Day.
Veterans Day, yeah. So to all of those veterans, if there are any listening, happy Veterans Day, especially if you fight for freedom and then like when everyone has it. Thanks for your help.
I appreciate it.
Anyways, thank you for listening for those of you that are. And if you would like to, leave a like, comment, subscribe, share the podcast if you would like other people to hear it. And if you want to leave a review, feel free to leave a review if it's a positive one. If you didn't like the podcast, we don't care. Piss off. Thanks for listening, though. If there is something that you want us to talk about on the podcast and you would like to share that with us, you can email us at nowaboutthatpod@gmail.com. And if you want to follow us on social media, our Instagram is nowaboutthat on Instagram. I said that twice. Now About That Pod. Sorry, it's at Now About That Pod is our Instagram handle. If you're listening to this on Monday, have a great week. If you're listening to this any other day, have a great whatever's left of the week. And Sarah, enjoy your weekend.
You as well.
And we will talk to you all in the next one. Bye.
Bye.